Hey, it's Jordan here in New York City, downtown New York City. We're at a protest for George Floyd. I'll wait till more people get in.
All hands on deck, keep your knees off our neck. All hands on deck, keep your knees off our neck.
Press the like button. Make sure you smash that like button. Smash the like button. The more people that press the like button, the more people that will see this.
justice! No peace! No 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 justice! No peace! I'm tired! I'm tired! Are you tired? I'm tired! I'm fucking tired! I'm tired! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! I'm singing that shit! I'm singing that shit! I'm tired! Let's stick together! Let's stick together! Stop killing us! 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 No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! Fuck the police! Fuck the police! Fuck racism! 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 Black lives matter! 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 Our 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 lives matter! We all 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 matter as people out here. We all matter. I can't breathe. no justice. They don't get no peace. We don't get no justice. They don't get no peace. We don't get no justice. They don't get no peace.
We don't get no justice. They don't get no peace. We don't get no justice. They don't get no peace.
So there's definitely a few thousand people out here. This is Jordan behind the camera. I do have a mask on. I would say, I don't know. It's hard to tell how many people are out here. I would say a few thousand. White and black New York City residents. Familiar chants for George Floyd. Familiar chants for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, I've heard, Michael Brown, Jordan Davis, Ahmaud Arbery. A lot of really angry, hopeless, frustrated people. One of the women was just chanting about the need not just to march, but to get organized. So I'm going to keep kind of moving around and showing more of the protesters. Make sure you press that like button. It's the thumbs up button right under the live stream. The more people that like, the more people that will see. Kind of a little pause in the march. There's like a couple different sections, it seems, where people are marching and chanting. I've kind of zoomed around a few of them right now, where I am right now. Seems like there's about to be another kind of circle of people chanting. Sorry. This is downtown near Foley Square, New York City. And you could tell by the shoddy camera work that I'm the one shooting it. You see people all to the side. Right now we're in the street, but there's people lined up on the curb. And obviously this comes hours after the officer who basically strangled George Floyd to death only got third-degree murder, which is essentially manslaughter, when in reality should have gotten first-degree murder. And there's a sign, justice for George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. Yes, I would definitely say there's not a lot of social distancing here, that's for sure. I've already gotten coronavirus and recovered, and I have a mask on, so hopefully I'll be okay. You see these signs, there's a lot of signs.
Meet me there, please.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow. That's a great jam, John. I gotta tell you something. When I was watching that video, woo! That got me outraged, huh? And let me tell you something. We're gonna get that justice someday, huh? We want it right now. Huh? Can I get an amen? You don't stand. That's not fucking man. You fucking kill black people. Come on now. Come on. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. Come on. Come on. I can't hear you. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No justice, no peace. No racist police. 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 No justice, no peace. All right, here we go. We're gonna do that again, but this time we're gonna divide it up. Y'all say no justice, no peace. Folks on this side, no racist police. Ready? All together. You folks. No justice, no peace. No racist police. 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 No justice, no peace. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. No justice, no peace. No racist police. 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 And I gotta tell you about this, y'all. We're gonna overcome this someday. We shall overcome. I said we shall overcome, y'all. Can y'all hear me? We shall overcome. Can I get an amen? Can I get another amen? Can I get an amen for everybody on top? Amen. Amen.
There you have cop car, FTP. I think you know what that means on the cop car, FTP.
Fuck the police!
Now they got some words for the president.
Fuck Trump!
displayed their names with a whole lot of names, unfortunately. Black people who've been murdered. Yeah, it's definitely emptied out a little bit since I got here like a half hour ago. Still a good amount of people here. And
Where are the cops over there?
oh, the cop. Let me show you where the cops are. Remember to press the like button. Press that like button. Get this out to more people. Feel free to leave a super chat. Support independent reporting. So here are the police. So you see the police row right here with people facing them with signs. And the police are right in front of the criminal courts building here in downtown New York, near Foley Square. The police are wearing masks for coronavirus. Most of the protesters are wearing masks as well.
Quiet cops are guilty too. Quiet cops are guilty too.
I know you will. I don't even hate you. I just hate that you're on the wrong side.
Guilty too.
Black cops are guilty too.
Quiet cops are guilty too.
Black cops are guilty too. Black cops are guilty too.
They're saying white cops are guilty too. White cops are guilty too.
Being black is not a crime. 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 Being black is not a crime.
There's a couple,
Being black is not a crime.
at least 24 police officers
Black is not a
over
crime.
here.
Being black is not a crime. 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 Being black for your son. Being black is not a crime. 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 Being black is not a crime.
Look into his eyes. What's the difference in arresting a black man unarmed and a white man unarmed? What's the difference? NYPD suck my dick! NYPD suck my dick! NYPD suck my dick! NYPD suck my dick! I know it's NYPD suck my dick! I know y'all. You a yes sir, dude. All you do is say yes sir all the time. That's all you do. That's all you do. We're not gonna save you. Still gonna be here. Don't shoot! 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 Hands up! Don't shoot! 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 Don't shoot!
If you can't tell, it's starting to rain out pretty good. It's definitely raining.
No peace! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice!
Yeah, Smiley. Do that action. Smiley, jump. Smiley, jump.
No name. If you aren't doing anything wrong, why isn't there a name on the badge? If you're doing nothing wrong.
Because they think we here to do wrong. Wait. Hold on. So y'all can answer that. Do Black Lives Matter? Do Black Lives Matter?
So right now they're asking the police officers, do Black Lives Matter, looking for an answer. The police aren't speaking with the protesters, but the protesters are asking, do Black Lives Matter, yes or no, yes or no.
That's more than I see from anybody else. That's more than I see from anybody else. So I appreciate all the work out of that.
Fucking black men standing
Do
in the
Black
crowd.
Lives Matter? You can't answer
He
that.
answered it.
Do Black Lives Matter?
None of the rest of them
You
did.
niggas, do Black Lives Matter?
None of the rest of them did.
Cowards!
Cowards!
Cowards! Silence is no! Silence is saying no! Let me tell you that silence is an answer. You are telling me no. If you don't tell me yes, my Black Lives Matter, his Black Lives Matter, her Black Lives Matter, you're telling me no right now.
When
Let
y'all
me
put out
go.
warrants for somebody, when y'all call them and ask them to turn themselves in, if they don't pick up, y'all gonna execute that warrant, right? So if y'all don't sit here and say Black Lives Matter, when we asking y'all a simple yes or no question, what y'all mean?
At some point, we're gonna get tired. Like, do Black Lives Matter? Do Black Lives Matter? We already tired. We already tired. I feel like it's not. This is no. This is not. So when we
Burn it down.
exactly.
Burn it down before we fucking elevate.
Let's go. We're giving you an opportunity right now. Do Black Lives Matter? That could fix it. But once we get a
They have the power.
They have the fucking power. We're fighting the system and we're eating the rich. Yeah. Once we have control, that's what's gonna happen.
They got a whole fucking gas now on the other shit down there.
You have
Excuse me. Have any of them answered you that Black Lives Matter?
And it was this gentleman right there. What do you think?
What did he say?
The one person that I know that I forced him to tell me his name is the one person that answered. You know why? Because if he says no, we can report him because we have his name.
Because they don't have their badges on.
No, they don't have no names on any of their badges. Why? If you're not doing anything wrong, why is there no names on your badges?
They pussy.
They are a gang. The biggest fucking gang in America. The biggest fucking. What's up, gang members? How y'all feel, gang members? Gang bang. How y'all feel? How y'all gang up? What's your sign? What's up? I wanna be down. What's good, gang? I wanna be down. What's good? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. You wanna be like a lady, right? Life matters.
What are you trying to tell them?
I'm trying to tell them right now that the young police officers on this force, no matter what a race or color, they have the opportunity to be the change. Not this guy. You can't change this old dog. I guarantee that, motherfucker. But the young dudes out there, they got the opportunity to change their minds about how we feel about the police. We can make a real change together. That's what I'm saying. He heard me. I know he heard me. Because he gives a fuck. Because that's why they do this. They want to help people. They want to help people naturally. But their buddy over there is telling them, fuck Tyrone. That's what he's fucking saying. Saying, fuck Julio. Fuck that. Worry about ours. That's what it's going on.
Lives are you willing to risk until we unify? How many lives are you willing to lose until we unify? How many? Let's do it now. What are we doing? Why are we talking to these cops? They don't give a fuck about us.
Because he can change. Because he can change. Because he's got to.
No.
He can change.
No.
He's got to change.
We
We got to change. No doubt. No doubt, sister. No doubt. But this young dude right there.
Once he changed, he could join us. But meanwhile, we have to worry about us.
Amen.
We have to worry about us.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
So right now, this black woman is speaking, right? This black woman wants to know, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? Woo! I see a lot of cameras, but I don't hear voices. We're going to fight. We're going to fight. We're not going to give up. And white people need to stand up and do something. This is a white conversation, babe. Isn't about white people right now. You see? She's right. She's right. We're talking about black progression. What are we going to do? Black progression. I'm not talking about white allies helping us. I don't give a fuck if white people help us. I want us to help us know white people are just as good as them. We're better than them. I don't give a fuck how anybody feels when I'm here. I am better than them. You know why? Because I am not racist. I value all lives, even yours. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do for us? How are we going to unify? What are we going to do?
Quiet police officers are complicit in the murder of innocent people. Every single one of you.
I want to
Stands by and has never stood up to another cop. You are a fucking accomplice in murder. You standing on that side of the fence when you shouldn't be with us. You represent us. You work for us. And instead, you have turned your backs and let your racist evil fucking run wild. Quiet cops are murderers. Every one of you. Quiet cops are murderers. Shame on you.
So it looks like people are marching on. So it looks like people on that side of the protest and march are marching on. Whereas this side, which was getting in the police's face, are emptying out a little bit. Let's see what's going on here. Keep pressing that like button if you haven't. Press that like button so more people will see this. It's the thumbs up button right under the live stream. Let's see what's going on over here. We're at 900 viewers, so let's get it to 1,000 if we can. So right here you see a row of police cars and protesters walking past the police cars or to the side of the police cars. Throwing water bottles at the police cars here. So there's some police in the middle of the street. There's some police in the middle of the street. Police getting out of their cars now. Some of the protesters are saying, do not get violent. Do not get violent.
Don't get violent. We're not animals. Don't get violent.
So one woman is screaming, "Do not get violent, do not get violent." So a cop just took one guy, where? So the cops are backing up. These protesters aren't fooling around. They're getting right in the police's grill. So far, the police have been relatively reserved. They're not responding at this point, but my guess is you'll see arrests pretty soon.
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace!
No peace!
You see the cop cars moving all the way back, reversing. There was a huge row of police cars all the way up and down this block, but a bunch of them have reversed as the protesters have came in and basically encircled the police cars. Right here, this woman is screaming, "Do not get violent." So you definitely see, even within the protest movement, some differing strategies, as I've seen as I've covered protests around the country. Right here is an image of Breonna Taylor, who was shot and killed while sleeping in her apartment. Let's see what's going on up here.
How are you helping us?
So now everybody's sitting right around the cops. Some people have their hands up. George Floyd. So the right here they're putting barriers up. They're putting barriers up to kind of encircle the protesters in here. Keep pressing the like button, keep sharing. Now the police cars are driving away. So a few police cars just drove away. And now the protesters are slamming the barriers that they put up. There's a lot of angry, upset people. Understandably. A lot of people upset. And the protest is kind of dispersed now. So it's kind of in different pockets. At first, all the protesters were kind of all together, but now it's kind of spread up. But they have all been, for the last 10 minutes, really getting up into the police's grill, for lack of a word. My impression of the police officers is they've been pretty reserved, but definitely not so eager to be out here. That's for sure. They can't hear me. So now they're continuing to march. And again, I don't know if there's any update, but right now, before I went live, there's a curfew that's going to be in place in Minneapolis at 8 o'clock Central Time, which obviously there's going to be a lot of people that don't follow that curfew. And now protesters seem to be continuing to walk. Some of them are continuing to walk by the police. I'm going to follow this group here. And this is Columbus Park. We're in Columbus Park in New York. With my mask. Not easy to talk with a mask on, I'll tell you. Not easy at all. But it's good to be back out there. So they're continuing to chant, no justice, no peace. Like the protests that I've covered in St. Louis, and Detroit, and Flint, Baltimore, seeing a lot of white people out here with black people, which is very encouraging. One white guy was just going off at white police officers, basically saying you're complicit because you're not doing it. Can I talk to you for a second, sir? I saw you chanting before. Does this incident, does it seem like a breaking point? A lot of these incidents, whether it be Michael Brown, whether it be Trayvon Martin, it seems like something's going to change, and then we keep seeing it.
Never going to change until we make it change. That's what we got here for you. We're not gonna change.
Well, there you have it. Said nothing's gonna change till we make it change. So, protesters continuing to, if you see over there, continuing to walk in the path, basically follow the police, which is interesting. Looks like it's winding down a little bit here. When I got there, it was probably when I got there, I don't know, at least 1,000 people, maybe more than that.
Absolutely.
Kind of emptied out a little bit towards the end. Started raining out. But I hadn't really seen in protests I covered elsewhere, black protesters get that close to the police. Maybe a few times, but they were really in their face. And I think you're going to continue seeing this here in New York, Minneapolis. Third-degree murder charges, to me, is an insult to George Floyd. This officer basically was strangling him for 9 minutes as he was saying, "I can't breathe," as he was begging for his mother. So if that's not intent, you know, manslaughter is accidental. This was not accidental. He knew what he was doing. He knew George Floyd was in distress, and other things. It's breaking up. So, yeah, the protest is basically splintered off now, so I'm just going to wrap it here. But Minneapolis, yes, there's a curfew tonight. I would definitely think you're still going to see a lot of people out in Minneapolis tonight, despite the curfew. It remains to be seen. I saw mixed messages whether journalists were part of that curfew. I doubt it. I don't think you could really, based on the First Amendment, curfew journalists.
Do you want to interview some of these people carrying signs?
Yeah. So, still people carrying signs. We've seen a lot of Breonna Taylor signs too. She was just killed in Louisville by police. Sandra Bland, upside down. Emmett Till, Willie Edwards, James Chaney, Michael Donald, Michael Griffith, Yusuf Hawkins, James Byrd, Trayvon Martin. When will it end? What are your thoughts on the third-degree charges in Minneapolis?
Absolutely ridiculous. It is murder one. A murder 3 charge in Minneapolis is a walk in the park. They also added a guy manslaughter. What they'll pursue is the manslaughter and not the murder charge, because it almost the same. Right? So the demand has to be the demand has to be a murder one charge conviction. And that we've got to stay in the street until then. We can't go back. We can't go back.
Manslaughter is accidental, but he was screaming for his mother, I can't breathe. That's not accidental, that's intent.
That's what they want to see. Right? But they got two things in manslaughter, right? 1, 2, and 3. Right? It's a job. And we've got to stay in the street. You know, the people are the only thing that's going to change this. Only change. And we should not be, you know, deterred by violence and this is violence.
And can you kind of talk about, obviously, keeping the memory of Sandra Bland and these others that don't get mentioned as much?
Absolutely.
Breonna Taylor, who was just executed, basically.
Breonna Taylor shall be executed.
Amadou Diallo, Eric Garner, all of them. From the beginning, since we came here in 1619, it's already been to dehumanize us as human beings. So that's how they look and view us, and that's how they normalize the execution and the murder of our people, because they say, oh, we're not human, but we clearly know who we are. And it's time for justice.
There you have it. Thank you. So, I think, I don't want to say this one will be different. I don't want to say this one will be different, but I do think all of these murders happening all at once. George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, add in all the other men, black men we don't know about, that haven't gotten media attention recently, mixed with, let's look at it, mixed with the coronavirus, people losing their jobs, people losing their health care, everyone's insecure, they don't know what the future is.
Speak louder.
You hear different things. Everyone's losing their job, everybody's losing their health care, we don't know if there's going to be another increase. I think the mixture of these black people and their understandable rage mixed with white allies and black working class people's rage at basically the United Corporations of America, as I always call
Talk
it.
louder.
The bank heist, the grand theft of our money. I think you're going to be seeing ongoing protests. They're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, city to city. I think it's going to start out over police brutality, and it might unfold into something much, much different. But I'm going to continue covering it out here as best I can. We're trying to be safe. I don't know if you could get coronavirus twice.
We'll find out.
I'm hoping I don't get it twice. Thankfully, I recovered the first time. But it's not easy to cover things with a mask on, but I'm going to do that and obviously be safe. We're trying to get a reporter on the ground tonight in Minneapolis. They say there's going to be a curfew, so we don't know how that's going to work out. We had a reporter last night covering it for us, Emma Fiali. So we're going to try to, if she's available, use her again. And if you're a new viewer, check us out, subscribe, press the subscribe button, because there's not a lot of other independent outlets in the field covering these stories. And there's not a lot of other independent outlets that will be covering it long after the cameras leave. Yeah, it's easy to cover things when it's big and exploding. We cover things not just when it's exploding, but weeks later, months later, years later. I've been to Flint 15 times. We've been to many places many times when the media has forgotten about those places. So subscribe. If you got a couple bucks, you could join us for $5 a month, 16 cents a day. statuscoup.com/join. Sign up as a member. You also get bonus content. And yeah, we're going to keep covering these things. We have a GoFundMe going too. We're less than $6,000 away from our goal of $110,000 raised. So we'll put the link in the super chat here. And yeah, stay with the channel. You could also get a text alert when we're live. So you can get a text message when we're live. Text COUP to 370-370. That's COUP to 370-370. Let me read a couple chats before I depart. A young Biden. Oh, you don't like my sunglasses? I know. I do kind of look like Joe Biden. My apologies for that. Let's see. Thank you, Status Coup. You always have our backs. We try. If you're new, press the subscribe button. We got to get our subscriptions up for sure. And we also have an interview coming up with Philip Agnew, who was a advisor for Bernie Sanders' campaign and a great progressive. Did the protest just begin? The protest just ended, so I think it started at 4 o'clock Eastern time, and it just ended here. But that was pretty loud, and I would say righteous. These protesters are angry. They're getting in the face of police, and there was not a lot of social distancing. I can say that. There was not a lot of. Thank you, Rich. 25 bucks. There was not a lot of social distancing, but most people were wearing masks. I am aware that you could get coronavirus twice, so they say. So that's why I'm wearing a mask when I'm around other people. Obviously, coronavirus is kind of the wild west. So I got it the first time, even though I was wearing a mask when I was out. Are you going to the Barclays protest next? I don't know what time that starts, but I actually have our cameraman coming over to figure out our new system. We just got a brand new LiveView 600. So we want to get him to know that system so that we could get out, not with my phone, which I'm using now. Jordan, you're not wearing your mask around tonight. That is so true. There's my wonderful girlfriend. She was being our camera person for a lot. Have I been wearing my mask most of the time around you?
You have, I would thank you.
What'd you think of the protest?
It was powerful, you know. The
Speak loud.
We're mostly restrained, but definitely interesting to see protesters get in their faces. And the police were not wearing badges. That was another interesting thing. I didn't know that was legal or allowed, but very important to do here. Be a part of it.
Now somebody's telling me you got to worry about the pneumonia. Let's not put things in an odd head. I'm not getting pneumonia. And tomorrow's our 1 year anniversary. Can you believe it? 1 year. Gotta love it. So thank you for watching. She must be a saint. She certainly is. So if you're new, press the subscribe button and become a member if you can. Statuscoup.com/join. Obviously, we have a lot of people who can't afford to support us because of tough economic times. If you can, 16 cents a day, $5 a month. 16 cents a day, $5 a month. Glad you left 2IT. Me too. Good point. If people don't follow through with this, it will happen also. And that's an important part. You know, I can't tell you how many times I've covered and seen. These protests, and it seems like this time is different. This time is going to carry on, but then it just goes away and the media starts covering something else. I think one protester said it right. We can't just protest, we have to organize. We can't just protest, we have to organize. So that's the important thing. And by the way, don't worry, my microphone wonderfully broke right on the way here. So I have my cameraman coming over tonight to figure out the new LiveView 600 system. So then we could go in the field with my cameraman, and it's going to look a lot better with my cameraman. You, by the way, helped us get that new LiveView 600 by joining us as a member and the GoFundMe. Please, if you got a couple bucks, drop it in the GoFundMe. We're less than $6,000 away. Less than $6,000 away from $110,000 raised. And again, stay tuned for this channel. If we can, we're going to try and get somebody from Minneapolis tonight to cover the protest there. Even though there's a curfew, I think there's still going to be pretty thick, pretty big protests going on in Minneapolis after this officer was charged with only third-degree murder and manslaughter. The last thing I'll say, again, spread the word. If you haven't noticed, we are the ones constantly out there. We are always, well, not always, but more than any other independent outlet, we are out there. So please, press the subscribe button, share our live streams, tell people to subscribe. The more people that subscribe, the more our videos get seen on YouTube. That's how the algorithm works. So the more our subscribers get up, the more people like, the more people comment on our videos, then it will show up more in YouTube's home button. So that's what we're trying to get. Thank you for all the super chats that I couldn't read because I was shooting. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned to this channel because, like, probably in the next half hour, we're going to be uploading an interview I did with Philip Agnew. He was Bernie Sanders, one of Bernie Sanders' advisors, a very, very nationally well-known African-American activist. And I interviewed him earlier, so we're going to post that on the channel here. Do not depend on YouTube to notify you all the time. That's why you got to join our text list. Text COUP. COUP. That would be COUP to 370-370. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight, possibly. Bye-bye.